India and Israel are two countries that have emerged to become global partners. The two nations have a collective bilateral trade of over $10 billion US. India, through its conglomerates, has also participated in billion-dollar investment deals over in Israel, and most important of all, India has been acquiring defense systems from Israel. Whether it is ballistic missiles, aerial vehicles, or state-of-the-art battle management systems. But that is not what makes this relationship special. The two countries have a distinct history with one another. India emerged in the 20th century with an independent foreign policy, which meant that it stayed away from the Cold War-era stance of Western and Eastern blocs. Israel, on the other hand, was marked by struggles for survival, both politically and militarily. Early on, Israel recognized the importance of forging strong alliances and sought partners who could appreciate its security concerns and its quest to establish a modern nation rooted in ancient history. But in the years immediately following their respective independences, India and Israel's paths rarely crossed. India's commitment to the Palestinian cause and its leadership in the non-aligned movement meant limited diplomatic ties with Israel. India's Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, was even an active advocate of anti-colonialism and supported decolonization movements worldwide. This perspective informed its initial approach to the Israel-Palestine issue. India was one of the first non-Arab nations to recognize Palestine and supported the Palestinian cause at international forums. So, what led the two nations to become friends despite their differences? Well, we can first attribute it to when India announced its recognition of Israel on September 17, 1950. Due to this, the Jewish Agency established an immigration office in Bombay. And as soon as the Soviet Union collapsed, India also had lost a crucial ally and began seeking new partnerships. Israel, which was by then a technological powerhouse with intelligence capabilities, emerged as a potential ally. In 1992, India formally established diplomatic relations with Israel, which opened a new chapter for the two countries' relationship. But the most crucial part of this story is not really rooted in history, but rather due to one man, the current Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. Modi in 2017 took the relationship to the next level after he visited Jerusalem. These forged an increase in investment, trade, and technological cooperation. Most importantly, however, is the continuous military acquisitions from Israel to India. Prior to Modi, Israel has already been exporting state-of-the-art military technologies. From 2002 to 2007, defense purchases from Israel amounted to over $5 billion US. This already signifies the importance of Israeli-made equipment for India. By 2016 to 2020, India accounted for 43% of Israel's total arms exports. These Israeli-made military equipment have become one of the backbones of the Indian military strength. It stretches wide from ground forces to aerial vehicles and the Navy. So with that in mind, let's answer the big question for today's video. Just how important are these equipment? How capable are they? And how much is there? To start, India's military uses a wide array of Israeli equipment. Arguably the most famous of all are the Barrack 8 system and the Spider systems, both of which are air defense systems. The Barrack 8 system is a medium to long-range anti-air and anti-missile defense system which are co-developed by Israel Aerospace Industries (IAI) and the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) of India. Some media outlets like to call it a strategically vital and lethal weapon for the forces. This contract alone was worth upwards of billions of dollars. Following the Barrack 8 system, the Spider system was also a considerable force. This system is a short and medium-range mobile air defense system developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems with assistance from Israel Aerospace Industries. The deal, which was reported back in 2009, was worth over $1 billion. Then there is also the Spike anti-tank guided missiles, which in December 2020 saw over 200 Spike missiles being ordered. Aside from missile systems, India also acquired several unmanned aerial vehicles. They acquired the IAI Heron, used for surveillance and reconnaissance. Other variants of IAI unmanned aerial vehicles were also acquired or being currently acquired, such as the IAI Searcher and Elbit Hermes 900. In total, it is reported that India procured more than 150 Searcher and Heron UAVs. The cost of these varied, but in 2019 it was reported that India signed a $500 million contract with the IAI for 50 additional Heron UAVs. The use of these UAVs helped position India to enhance its maritime domain awareness. Additionally, India also acquired the Falcon airborne warning and control system in March 2004. The deal with ELTA for 3 of these was worth $1.1 billion and became one of the largest defense deals of that time. By 2020, it was also reported that India had ordered 2 more of these for another $1 billion, which are expected to become more advanced and better than the previous one. India also acquired a whole range of radar systems for its aircrafts, ships, and land forces. One of the first acquisitions was in 1998 when they acquired the BFSR ELM-2140, which can detect tanks, vehicles, and troops up to 40 kilometers. A contract in 2002 for 2 aerostat radars with Rafael Advanced Defense System was also signed for $145 million. Now, these are just some of the many equipment that India acquired from Israel out there. Some of them are not even stated publicly. For instance, it's possible that some radar equipment or missile systems are equipped inside India's naval vehicles. This is what was reported in India's Navy INS Kolkata destroyer, which is using the Barrack 8 missiles. On top of that, we have also missed out on discussing the use of artillery ammunition and aircraft parts. These are essential, but they do not necessarily need to be discussed. But anyway, we can go on and on. But in the end, it already stands clear that India has a special military relationship with Israel in terms of equipment. Now, you may think that it ends there. The relationship ends with acquisition. But fortunately, it doesn't. The two countries share extensive military exercises with one another. These are essential components in their strategic interactions. It's reported that the two are joining practices to learn from each other's best practices. The Blue Flag exercises are a key part of Israel's military diplomacy, hosted by the Israeli Air Force. They started in November 2013 and have been gaining steady popularity. In 2017, the Indian Air Force joined for the first time, bringing 45 members, including Garud Commandos and a C-130J aircraft. Other countries like France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Poland, and the United States also participated in the 2017 exercises. In 2021, India participated in the Blue Flag exercises with its Mirage 2000 and Rafale aircraft. During this period, S. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, who was in Israel, met with pilots from different countries at the exercises. After Israel, the Indian Air Force also took part in air exercises in Egypt. Additionally, in March 2021, the Indian Air Force joined air exercises in the UAE for the first time, involving air forces from the US, France, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Bahrain. In the naval arena, India and Israel share a long-standing relationship. India's naval vehicles have consistently visited Israel's Haifa port. But apart from that, India also once acquired Israeli patrol boats, the Super Dvora Mk-11 in the 1990s. Now finally, it's important to know that there is a huge technological advantage to India in this part. Aside from India learning a lot from Israel, they are also acquiring technological expertise from corporations. Some key partnerships are the likes of Adani Defense and Aerospace, along with Elbit Systems in setting up an advanced UAV manufacturing facility in Hyderabad. The Gila Systems Private Limited, formed by Tata's with IAI subsidiary Elta Systems Limited, was set up in 2004 for electronic warfare and homeland security. The Hindustan Aeronautics Limited with Elbit, called Halbit, was set up in 2007 for avionics, simulators, and training systems. These and a lot more are out there right now. These joint ventures are crucial in the long run for India. They do not want to continue buying from Israel. They too want one day to manufacture their own advanced equipment. But anyway, do let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.